And we're live.
Are we?
Yeah.
Hi, Janine.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing okay. We got through some technical things, and Janine's learning more than me with this, the ropes with working with Zoom onto YouTube versus StreamYard.
Still trying to work out how to use YouTube live streaming. So thank you very much for tuning in tonight. We're going to be doing a live Tarot Valentine special. So we will be pulling cards for donations, although you're under no obligation to leave a donation. If you want to, the links for that is below in the description. And we've also put both of our YouTube links there. So by way of introduction, my name's Janine Worthington. I've been reading tarot for a long time now, further on 20 years. I've got my tarot Instagram page.
Links for that is
and I have written a book recently and designed some cards called the Inbetween Tarot. So I've been busy the last year promoting those cards online. And this is my friend Amy, the Mystic Rose Tarot, and she will introduce herself too.
Hi, good morning, good evening, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day if you do celebrate that or use this day to give extra love and compassion to those that are near and dear for you. I've been doing tarot. Oh, and here comes my little feline here. I've been doing tarot now for over 15 years, but my metaphysical practice has been much longer than that. And in recent years, I've taken my practice into a deeper realm. So it's been really wonderful to see the changes and the shifts and the knowledge that I'm gaining through this practice. So my main tools for divination is the tarot. I work with candle energy, candle magic, and also moon energy. I do twice a month. And an episode, if you want to call it, called Mystic Moon Mondays, where I talk about the energy of the moon, the phases, the signs that it's in, and how it does affect us, and how we can use that energy to help guide us emotionally and intuitively and spiritually when working through certain situations for that week. So there's no set dates. I just do it twice a month. So that's Mystic Moon Mondays. And I also am exploring astrology, and I'm merging that with the tarot, and that's ongoing. So when I do readings today, if I feel called to, I will probably make some reference to some astrological influences that I may see in the cards, and then take it from there. And I'm looking forward to guiding everyone today. If any questions that you have, I just got to put a quick disclaimer. I know some people will probably miss this, but I'll have to make the call on this. I do not do readings that are predictive. So like, when will this happen? I can't determine the outcome of any situation. No health, no legal advice. Those are questions that I tend to, or that I do avoid answering. So I will state that if I feel the questions leading towards that. But for the most part, I'm open to a lot of readings, a lot of questions that you have. Okay, so I'm done.
Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there as well. So tonight we are taking questions that they can be for love readings, they can be for relationship readings, but they don't necessarily need to be. You can ask us any question that you want, and we will be pulling cards for you. We will be taking it in turns to pull cards, so that each of us gets equal opportunity to read for you. And really looking forward to working through tonight. And we've got Chloe online so far. Chloe, would you like me to pull a card for you to start? Amy, can you also see the chat?
I can, it's only through YouTube, and I have to unmute, I have to mute myself when I look at it because I do start getting the feedback coming in, so.
This is a very different platform from
It is.
from Stream, yeah, and I have to say that I have no experience with this whatsoever, but I've got two screens side of each other now. I've got my Zoom screen and I've got my YouTube screen, and I can see the chat on the YouTube one, so it seems to be working fine. And Chloe's got a question. Do you want to go ahead with your question, and do you mind if I make a start with the first reading
myself?
Yeah, is that okay? Should I go?
Sure.
Yeah.
Because I saw, do we see two questions? I see Stage Fish, and then I see Chloe, but I don't see Chloe's question.
That's Chloe. Yeah, Stage Fish is Chloe.
Oh, it is. Okay. All right.
Do you want to ask a question, Chloe?
You could take your time.
Right, okay, so she says, as she's moving in with her fiance later in the year, she'd like to know how that will go.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem. And I've got a few different decks. So tonight I'm going to be using my Lightseers deck, okay? And I've got my Inbetween Tarot deck, and then I've got a couple of romantic relationship decks. So I've got the Esoteric Oracle, which is a nice one, and I've got the Universal Love Oracle cards as well, so I'll be using those. Okay, no problem. I will pull some cards for you, and we'll ask about that question. Okay, Chloe, so to start with, you've got the Ace to the Two of Swords. Okay, so the Ace is the seed, it's a new beginning, and it's in the world of swords, which is all about the intellect, all about thought, and it can sometimes indicate difficult thought processes as well, and a lot of mental activity involved around the swords energy. So the Ace of Swords is a brand new start for you, and I'm sure that you're feeling that as well, which is why you've asked that question. And the Two of Swords is moving into making that decision, not an easy decision to make, rather a difficult one. And you're putting a lot of thought into it at the moment. So you're well aware of the difficulties that you may encounter, which is the two figures in the background. They're like ghostly figures. These are what ifs. Should I do this? Should I do that? So it's almost as if you're filled with doubt about this at the moment. It's a worry for you. You've got to make that step forward, but it's a difficult one to do. Okay, so that's you in the center there with that sword in the ground, you know, grounding your thoughts, really grounding your energy. I'm trying to work out where you're going to go. So I'm going to pull another card for you from my Lightseers deck. Okay, and I do think that because that was the card that we pulled first, that's the limit of what you're able to do at the moment with this situation. So it's saying that you're not able to progress further than that at this point. And you've already said that it's going to be later on in the year. Okay, so we'll look at where the energy is moving into. From my Light Seers deck, I'm pulling the Knight of Wands. Lovely energy. It's an energy of creativity. Okay, it's the opportunity to be yourself. So this is all about Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Okay, finding that space where you're gonna feel really happy and settled. And there's also the element of you wanting to travel there and of needing to travel. So this is also a separate thing. So you've got the need for security, the Ace to the Two of Swords, making that difficult decision. And I think before you do move in together, there's going to be that period, the element of needing to kind of take a step back, maybe do a little bit of travel, or maybe just have that time out between university and move into the house. So I think that's going to come in as well, possibly sometime in the summer. So thinking about that summer energy, especially with Leo. Leo comes in July and August. I see a little bit of travel before you actually do that moving in. Okay. I have a few more cards to pull. I've got 4 decks tonight and I want to use all of them. Okay. These are very cute cards. The tongue-in-cheek as well. This one is from the esoteric deck, and it says undress. Okay, so what this means is to allow yourself to be vulnerable. Okay, so this is going to be a difficult one because I'm guessing the two of you haven't lived together before. So this is allowing yourself to be vulnerable with each other. There's going to be a big step. Okay, so you've got all that that energy in the summer, you know, celebrating the end of university, and then when you go into the planning stage to get your house, but then there's the element of getting used to each other all over again because you'll be in a completely new setting and environment together. And yeah, it's saying to allow yourself to be vulnerable with each other and be kind to each other. Yeah, you're going to see each other in a completely new light, all warts and all, you know. That's what happens when you move in with somebody for the very, very first time. So yeah, just don't have massive expectations, you know, and just look forward to that time that you're going to spend together. And I'm going to pull one final card. Hey, Space Tiger Tarot. Amazing. I'm just seeing people come up on the live stream now, so it appears to be working fine, which is great. Okay, and this is from the Universal Love deck. Okay, so Chloe, there's an element of fear, okay, on your part. Okay, this is a big decision that you're going to make. You are going to make it because you're going from the Ace of Swords to the Two of Swords. Okay, you're going to put your foot across into that energy. Just be aware that you might be a little bit scared, okay? And there's that element of allowing yourself to feel vulnerable in each other's company. But that Knight of Wands is a really, really positive card. I think that the two of you are going to create some really beautiful and lovely energy together. I really do. And I think that this is a positive thing. I think there's going to be a lot of time for you to do some planning. Okay, so don't worry in having to rush all the fine details at the moment. You have that time to do it. Okay. And you said love the deck, so thank you. Okay, is that okay for you then, Chloe? In answer to your question, yes, I think it's a good move. It's a positive start for the two of you. There's positive energy there. Okay, don't be scared. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. Okay, and be gentle with each other is a big step for you both. Okay, I don't see it being a rush decision. I do see this coming in perhaps like July, August time, when you've had a little time to think about where you want to move to. Okay. And I think there's, so Chloe, just if you just want to type up, are you still there? Is that okay for you? Okay. Well, I will type something up. I think while Amy, you move on to the next question if you want to. Oh yeah, there you go. No problem. No problem whatsoever. Okay, I'm going to mute myself now.
Hello, P. I hope you're doing good. Okay, so I'm just going to state your question aloud again. What is Jay, who is a Scorpio, currently thinking and feeling about me? I have a deck here that I'm going to be working with exclusively because I love its energy. It's very healing. I feel it deals more with the feelings in a situation. Not that other tarot decks don't, but this one in particular resonates with me. So it's called the Dreams of Gaia. It's a very cosmic, bright energy deck, and it deals with elements of fire, air, water, and earth. So that's how I'm going to address your reading with this deck. Okay. Scorpio, as we know, is a fixed sign. It's water energy. So I'm going to pull 3 cards. The first card tells us how the current situation is. The second card would be more the deeper aspects of what's going on in the relationship. And then the middle card, if there is a relationship. And then the middle card is the energy that's needed to merge those two directions. How you're currently feeling and what's going on underneath. What's the best way to work with that? So I take a minute. So if there's some silence, I'm not like spacing out. I'm looking at the energy of the cards, and then I will give you my interpretation. I like this because I have a balance of energy here. I have fire, earth, and air. Okay, so the first card that I pulled, okay, this is a little glossy here, so I'll do my best. So this is 7 of Fire. Okay. So 7 of Fire, we're seeing the movement of energy. There is an interest. There is a passion, but I feel, and I also put intuitive energy into this. It's a passion, but I feel it's a passion that needs to be moved very, very gently. We have the 2 felines here that more or less deals with the inner aspect of who we are and how we work with these energies. So here I'm feeling this is more of protective. The energy is moving, the drive is there, the love, the passion's there, but to be very soft and very gentle with it, not to be so forthcoming with it. And Scorpios are known, depending on other placements of their signs and planets in their charts, Scorpios overall, if he or she's sign is in Scorpio, they can be a little bit over aggressive with their emotions, which can be a little bit more on the I don't want to say dangerous side, but something to be very careful with. So here with the energy that I'm feeling, and also Wands is ruled by the planet Mars, and Mars is also an influence for Scorpio in certain aspects. Just be soft with this energy. We're having someone else's feelings that you're interested in knowing about. Try not to push the feelings so much in the sense that they feel like they're being pushed right in front of you. So I feel this person has this energy that wants to express, but it's kind of holding it back. And I think it's it's best that way. So that's with the Seven of Wands. And this is what I feel is currently happening with the person that you're inquiring about. Okay, so now let's go subconsciously. What's happening here? Let's take this energy, the Seven of Wands, and let's move it inward. So here I have the Queen of Earth. Okay. Queen of Earth, depending on certain decks, can be ruled by either Taurus or Capricorn. But for me, I relate this more for Capricorn, someone who is disciplined, someone who is really focused on creating structure. There needs to be order. So I feel in this sense, the person that you're dealing with, again, as I mentioned, here with the Seven of Wands, I'm just going to show these side by side. This energy, as I said here, needs to be a little bit softer, not so forthright. And with the Queen of Earth, and I'll use the influence of the sign of Capricorn energy, needs to be controlled. So this person who has these feelings needs to put some structure in it, needs to put a little bit more of a direction as to where this energy needs to be directed to, in a way to express how this person feels about you and also for other people. So it's grounding, but it's also very focused. And it can also be in a sense where the person could get so involved in getting this structure and discipline put together in gathering these emotions that it could actually pull the person away from emotionally connecting with you. They get so involved in with their emotions, and they're like, okay, how should I do this? Okay, let's do it like this. And they lose their connection. They lose their emotional love, their feelings towards what they want to express here. Okay, so the way to solve this, and this is a bit of a challenging card. This is the Nine of Air. Okay. So Nine of Air deals with thought, intellect, the way we process information, and the way that we communicate with people. And I want you to take a look at this card. And I'm sorry if I'm talking a little bit too long, but I want you to take a look at this card and just feel the energy. We're looking here to have the person spiritually just to connect a little bit more with the feelings and use the knowledge that they're trying to attain with this, with how they're trying to communicate, to take a moment and just really look within themselves and to really put things at a higher level. When you start thinking beyond the realms of like rational thinking and trying to put things in order in a mental way, it goes back to this. It's okay to have the structure and have some direction, but you don't want to have too much of, you don't want to have to have your thoughts lost too much. You have to let it grow. So let this energy move more in a spiritual level. Let it go higher. Let this person express themselves a little bit more clearly and let them explore. So I feel that there is an interest, but it's a conflict with that person involving how to work with those feelings and how to express them out and not to let all these feelings go all over the place. Contain it, sit with these emotions, and then spiritually feel. And what I mean spiritually is like, how do you feel naturally once you get those feelings? And that person will be able to clearly communicate. Either it's going to be for the best interest of that person and or for yourself. So yeah, give this person time, give them the space, let them just kind of move with what they're feeling. Okay. And I think it's just right now creating the balance, which I see here. We have three elements. We have fire, earth and air. The only element that's missing here is water. But I feel because Scorpio is already there, the energy that is there, by having these three other elements, it's movement, it'll create some direction. But don't pressure. Let this person have the time to move and explore what's going on. So that's what I'm feeling here in relation to what you're inquiring. So my apologies, Janine, if I went too long. It's just I feel this deck pulls a lot of feelings and emotions, and it kind of moves away sometimes from the question. But this is how I feel, and this is how I'll work with it. So I'll shorten the time a little bit more. But Pete, thank you so much. I appreciate you asking, and feel free to get back to us and let us know if there's an outcome that you want to share with us. You're welcome. Okay, Janine, I'm going to mute off. I haven't seen any of the chats yet, so I guess I'll catch up that way. If you want to leave me a note too, while I'm doing a reading, and then when it's your turn, you could type me a note, and then I could just look at it, so that we don't go back and forth, if that works.
I have to work out how to do that. I could on Zoom. I think you mean on Zoom. Yeah, I can do that. That's fine. Yeah. So Space Tiger's next with her question, and then the next one for you, Amy, is Maximiliano, who's at the bottom in pink. Okay. Right. So Space Tiger. Oh, so that's amazing that you're here. Thank you for coming. Right, and your question is, met a person, interesting, you clicked, and you'd love to know more about this new person that came into your life. How exciting. Oh, fantastic. And what lovely energy around Valentine's Day as well. Yeah, that's lovely. So I'm using 4 decks because I'm using the Inbetween Tarot, I'm using the Light Seers, I'm using my Universal Love deck and the Oraculo del Eros. So I misnamed that one before. It's a Spanish deck. Okay. And happy Valentine's Day to you as well. Okay. Oh, nice. There's a lot of air energy there. So I got a card for this other person as the Page to the Knight of Swords. So someone who's very, very interesting. A learner, a real learner, wants to know more about the world and about people in general as well. So the Page is all about, and the Page to the Knight is all about initiation. Okay, so it's getting really, really stuck into learning more about things, but also learning more about you as well. This is a very inquisitive person, very curious. And you can see in the card he's got one hand on his eye, his third eye chakra, okay? So he's gaining that intuitive insight, but also got a hand on his solar plexus as well, which is about gaining power, power in a situation and power with communication. Very, very nice card. A lot of doves, a lot of bird energy there about communications with you. Okay, so learning more about you, but getting in touch with you, making plans. So thinking about spending more time with you as well. So there's a lot of thought going on at the moment. Okay. And we see that that sword on the ground as well. So he's not afraid of making a commitment. This is somebody who's very brave. There's a lot of integrity in this card. Working up to the Knight. Okay, so it's almost as if he's pushing himself into do something more. Okay, so perhaps maybe a little bit shy. Okay, so he's gonna possibly be the one who pursues you in the next stage. Okay, because that's that energy moving into the night. But this could also be saying as well to you to be brave as well, if you want to do something more, if you want to just call him, contact this person, then you should just go for it. You should just do it. Okay. I'm going to use a card from my Light Seers deck as well. He is. Okay. Yeah, so we're thinking air signs with this other person. Oh, lovely. Two of Cups. And I see you mixing a lovely energy together. So, you know yourself, the Cups is all about water, about emotions. Okay. And yeah, Mystic Rose has said that sounds very good for you. It does. This is a card of bonding. It's a card of friendship before relationship, you know, so getting to know each other, getting to know the emotional sides, the watery sides of each other, what makes you tick, okay? Let your intuition guide you with this other person. And there's going to be lots of little bubbles of happiness will come up with this partnership. I see it as a, you know, quite an interesting one going forward. And the Two of Cups is a minor card, okay? So that's day-to-day stuff, which is great because it's saying that it's not too deep at the moment. It's very light touch, which is exactly how we want it to be when we first meet somebody. Okay, so lots of opportunities for, oh, it's a Gemini. That would fit really well with the Page to the Knight of Swords. Yeah, so there's lots of opportunities for romance, okay? But you can take it lightly. You can take it one day at a time. Yeah, so that's nice. I got a really nice, good feeling about that one. I go with my next deck, which is my Spanish deck. And you have the card of Embrace. Ooh, lovely romantic opportunities with this other person. Okay, so you can see that there's hugs, there's lots of nice, kind gestures with this card. It's saying that the two of you have the opportunity to be very close and connected, which is very, very important. So you've had a big air sign card, okay, and you've had the Cups card as well, and this card is a very, very good sign as well. So all thumbs up so far, all green ticks. So I'm going to pull a card finally from my Universal Love deck. I like doing these love readings. It feels very nice. Okay. Ooh. So this is just for you. Okay, so what you will get from this person is abundance. Okay, so we see, I was talking before about how the lack of clothes suggests vulnerability in the cards. And we have that in this card. So it's saying that you're able to give an aspect of yourself that possibly you keep hidden. And so you're able to be vulnerable with this other person. You're able to really open up. And it shows the embrace of a tree, which is all about growth. You're blushing over there. So yeah, so this particular person who's come into your life at this time for a specific reason, okay, is going to enable your personal growth and development. Okay, so everything sounds really, really nice here. I love this card. You can see the light above the head with the heart. So that's the opening of the crown chakra, letting in love into your life, you know, embracing it, being ready for it as well. This is a good time in your life for this person to have stepped in. Yeah, and it's going to show a lot of good things. A lot of good things are going to come out of this. I look forward to hearing more about it as well. Okay, so yeah, very nice, very positive. I hope that sits well with you. Very nice cards. And I'm sure where we're up to. I think you might know who the next one is. I said, didn't I? Yes, sorry, Milano. Okay, over to you, Amy.
Okay, give me 1 minute because I hit something that I should not have hit. I need to make the screen smaller. There we go. Okay. All right, Maximiliano, thank you so much for joining us. Okay, so just to restate your question, you want to know about your future at work in the next 2 months, and if you see any changes in the workplace. So I take pauses between my readings. I do 3 cards. So this just gives me a moment to connect with the energy of the cards and to read the interpretation for you. So if there's a delay, I'm just doing my work with the tarot, connecting with it. Okay. Wow. Okay, Maximiliano. So the first card I pulled is more or less giving the premise of what's going on at the surface level of your situation. And then the second card that I pull is more of the deeper aspect, stuff that we really don't really see too much of, but it's there and needs to be content with or contended with. And then the third card is, and this is how I'll be doing my readings today, is the energy that's needed, or the major influence that's connecting these two energies together. I have a card here. The first card is water. The other 2 cards, water influence. The other 2 cards are strong, fiery energy. So the first card that I pulled here is, okay, you said that you want to move on from your other job, that you're looking for another job. Okay, so a little bit reflective here. Okay, so this is 6 of water, could also be seen as 6 of cups. Let me try and view this so there's not so much of a reflection. I hope you can see this, Maxie. I'll do the best I can. So here with the 6 of cups, or 6 of water, we see the influence here of, this is dealing more with what's going on, how you're feeling about the situation with work. I feel there is some issues going on at work that's affecting your esteem. It's affecting how you feel about yourself. And you need to be put in a position where you're being respected for who you are, how you work, how you view and see things, all of that energy. And this card emphasizes not to change who you are, okay? Stay who you are, stay truthful to yourself, believe in what you're doing, and follow things that will be of your best interest down the line. I'm going to just move in closer so you can see the detail in this card. Here we see an individual who is slightly deformed. I'm not saying this is, whenever this card comes up, it's not hidden. It's not directed at a physical deformity. It could be just the way that some people see themselves. And there's no reason to see yourself in any negative way. You are who you are. Beauty within, beauty without. And so here the person's holding up this mirror as a reflection of who they are, and they're content. You are a person that has to be respected for what you do. And so continue with that belief and trust in yourself. Second card. This is our 9 of fire. So it's moving that energy that you have. Okay. And this is relating to work, but this is going on more at a deeper level. And then I'll give you my closing interpretation for this. But here with the 9 of fire, we see that trust, that conviction of who you are. And I feel this energy here. Okay, we're going from water. Okay, how you're seeing and feeling about yourself. And having that trust. And this clearly emphasizes it. You are a strong person, I feel. I feel you have a very strong will, very strong energy. But you don't really push that energy out too much. You see the situation and you really you know how to move, and you state that you're looking for another job, and I feel like you really need to move on. Okay, it's just not working for you, because you need to be put in a position where you have great respect for yourself, that people have great respect for you and the work that you do. That's so important to you. And here, I'm going to move closer. This here is for the solar plexus. Okay, solar plexus rules our creativity, our energy, how we move towards things, and the drive that we have. If you feel like you're lacking this energy, I don't feel that you are. I feel it's there within you. You need to cultivate it. You need to have that drive to move forward, to really believe in yourself if you feel like you don't have this confidence. Okay. But I feel it's there for you. I feel that it is. Okay. And here, I'm not looking at the comments right now. If you're writing any comments, I'm just doing the reading. The card that I got in between is a very strong card. I got the King of Fire, which is ruled by Leo. Okay, so this is someone who is a leader, someone who is very strong, energy-wise. This someone could be you, or this could be someone at work. Someone at work. This is the bridge. Okay, this is the card in between our 6 of water. Okay. I wish I had 3 hands so you could see these, but this is the in-between. And then here. Do you see here the energy is it's calming. It's not, I shouldn't say calming. It's moving, but it's not frenetic energy. It's almost like controlled energy. The 9 of Fire. And then we get to this card. The King of Fire, very explosive energy. So I'm sensing that maybe someone at work, there's like an influence at work that's probably overbearing. And this is something that it's too much. You have that creative energy, you have that source, but this is too overpowering. Leos are very strong, they're courageous. They like to have a lot of attention put onto them. And that's something that I feel that you really don't like to have, that you don't want to work around. You don't want to work around someone who is very much into the ego, into themselves, and they want all that energy focused on them. I think that could be something that's putting you off, an influence, and you want to work more with this kind of energy. Okay, again, this is the energy that's working within yourself. So it's fiery energy, but it's more contained. It's more uncontrolled. And then going back here to the Six of Cups, just having respect for who you are and having that self-trust. So I'm going to see here. Okay. Did you have any other clarity, Maximiliano? I feel that in almost any workplace, there are situations where we are faced with this kind of energy. And sometimes people are attracted to that. This is a very influential energy source that's at the workplace. And it's almost like if you don't play along with them, if you're not part of that, if that clique of people are working along with that kind of energy, it's not going to work. It's going to hold you back, or it's going to even pull you away from it further. Okay, and again, going back to this card, we have energy, but it's more contained. And that's the environment that I think works best for you. There's the energy's more controlled. It's not chaotic. It's not crazy. There's a bit of there's movement. And it's moving steadily, and it's like a well-honed machine. And I feel that's the best environment for you to be in. And if you're not in a position at work where you can actually change that, I clearly see that it's probably best to move on, because there's just too much. There's too much energy where you are at this workplace. And you need to be in a better environment that's more consoling to who you are, and that you can work comfortably or feel a little bit more comfortable in the workplace and with the people that you work with. So I feel there is a change. I know I say I don't do predictive work, but this is entirely up to you. Okay, so the cards that I pull, they're guides, and you work with the information that's given to you, and you lead the direction of this. So it's totally up to you. But there is movement here, and I do feel shifts, and just believe in yourself and just trust in yourself. And you'll find that comfortable place to work in, and people who will respect you and make it a more pleasant experience for you to work. So that's how I feel with this reading. Let's see here. You wrote something here. It's okay. But also, again, find something that's suitable for you. I know it's hard nowadays. We're trying to get by, and you're taking work that just comes to you. Have integrity. There is so much work there. You can find that specific position or job that will work for you. And I think that's what people should work towards, because then it makes it more pleasurable and more enjoyable. So that's it. Maxie, thank you so much. I appreciate you asking. Let us know if you feel like it, how things work out. If not, all the best to you. Okay, I'm going to mute. I'm keeping my questions my interpretations very, very direct. It's sort of how I'm feeling today. So I'm just going to go with it.
Hi everybody, I think our connection's really good using this, but please do let us know if at any point our audio drops off or you lose connection. That would be most appreciated. So the next question I'm going to be taking is Kavita. Okay, and you would like a general Valentine love reading for this year. Okay. So just to reiterate what we said at the start, we are doing tarot cards pulls for donations, but the donations are not mandatory, so there's no pressure for anybody to do that. But our details are in the description below, and if you would like to subscribe to us as well, we're going to be doing further readings over the upcoming weeks and months. So yeah, subscribe to us for more detail. And Kavita, I'm just going to pull some cards from my decks for you now. Wow. Okay, so these are my in-between cards. So there's a 3-in-1 card situation going on here. Okay, so usually with tarot cards, you would just have the one card, but these have got a card on one side, a card on the other side, and then the energy in the middle. So I'm going to read all 3 of those energies. Okay, so with you, I feel like you're a very strong, independent spirit. Okay, you've got that energy of Aries and the Emperor. Okay, you're very direct and you don't pull punches with what you want. What you want is what you go for, and you'll find that a lot of things come to you because of your outlook. You know, a lot of good things because you like to try things, you like to do new things, and you kind of in this energy at the moment where you're moving through to this energy of Taurus. So it's almost as if you're seeking more stability, okay? Because Taurus is a very stable sign, they're very grounded, okay? So Aries, not generally as good with long-term projects, and so with the love side of things, long-term relationships, you know, because they're a bit erratic as Aries can be, they'll jump about to different things, but Taurus is a lot more stable and a lot better at seeing things through to the end. They're very good with long-term projects and they're very good with relationships as well. So I think that you're kind of finding that side of yourself is very interesting. You know, it's almost as if you're ready to make a deeper commitment or to kind of apply yourself in a different way to relationships than you have done in the past. So this is a big move for you, okay, at the moment with how you're feeling about the significant relationships in your life. This is a major card, yeah. So you're at that stage in your life when you're reconsidering how you do things and the actions that you usually take in love situations, in relationship situations. And I think you're trying to do things differently now. Okay. And I'm going to pull some more cards for you. Sorry, I see what you said there. I missed that you've asked if Sabrina can have one first. I didn't see that, so hopefully that's not an issue. And I'll continue where I am with that one. Okay, and Sabrina will get to you very quickly. Okay, so. Ooh. So Kavita, you got the Lover's card. Okay, so I do think that you are a very loving person. And when someone is in a relationship with you, you give it all you've got, you know. You are a very deep person, you know, you're very good at communicating your needs to the other person. There's a lot of Gemini in this card. It's Gemini's considering things from both partners' sides. You know, so when you are in a relationship, you are very, very, very strong and dependable. Yeah, you give your whole heart when you're with somebody else, and I think there's somebody that you do love very dearly, and who has your heart, and they have your heart as well. So I do see this as a very strong, like lifelong relationship, you know. somebody who you're meant to be with, like a soulmate, a very deep and personal relationship. I have a couple more decks, so I'm going to pull a few more cards. Okay, you've got a flirtatious nature, which is what my card is telling me. Okay, this one is called Advances. Advances. Okay, so your flirtatious nature is very appealing to other people. It goes back to that Aries energy again. It's very bright, shiny, and you know, people pick up on your energy straight away. It is very, very nice, light energy. Yeah, and a lot of people will notice you as a result of it. Yeah, and you're kind of just watching how things are at the moment. Okay. I think you've got a very deep, settled nature. I do, yeah. This sees you as being very happy, a nice person to be around, very positive. And finally, I want to pull a card from my Universal Love Tarot. Oh, that ties in nicely with the last one. Enchantment, just having that time at the moment to just kind of enjoy what's going on around you and to enjoy what's going on within you. Okay, these changes, speaking of changes going on inside you at the moment, it's like a big personal development growth time for you, you know. But it's all good. There's a lot of nice things happening inside you, and as a result, you're attracting a lot of positive energy, a lot of nice things coming to you personally. That's nice. I just seen what you said. Yeah. Well, the sweetest things, you know, this is the card of the sweetest things. Sweet things will come to sweet people, and I'm picking up on that energy in your cards. Yeah. I hope those are all right for you. I'd like to point you to the light that's coming down as well. Okay, so your crown chakra is open, receiving energy from the universe. So if you stay open, you stay positive, optimistic, you know, what you give out is what you get back in return. So, you know, you've got a lot of nice energy around you at the moment. And keep smiling. Yeah, nice cards. I hope that's okay for you. And if you can think of a specific question that you want, you're very welcome to hang on. We're going to be here for a while longer. Feel free to subscribe to me and the Mystic Tarot if you want to see future sessions. And I'm like the soulmate card. Yeah, I like that one too. All right then. So I'm going to mute, and I'll pass you across to Amy.
All right, so it looks like I'm doing Sabrina. Is that correct? You can nod. Is it correct for Sabrina? Okay, Sabrina, I hope you are still here. If you could put a little comment, let me know that you're still here. That will help me. But either way, I'll go ahead and do the reading because you did post a question. Your question is, you're going through an inner spiritual journey and you're wondering when it's going to end. Well, I can partially answer that without the cards, but I'll let the cards fill in the blanks. Spiritual journey is never ending, hands down. And there'll be moments where there's going to be a lull and you're wondering what's going on, but you're still on the journey. It's just taking that moment to explore what's going on at that time. And so when you make a commitment to any form of spiritual belief or practice or anything of that nature, it's entirely up to you how you are going to carry that. And and remain committed to it. And so it's fascinating. But let's see what the cards say. I'm just stating that based on my experience and where I am right now. And I'll be on this journey until my very last breath. So it's wonderful. Okay, so let's see. Let's see how your spiritual journey is going, Sabrina. And thank you for joining us today. We both appreciate everyone's support. And I love this deck because for this question, it reads very strongly for spiritual direction. I'm liking the cards that I'm getting today for people's questions because I'm getting a balance, with the exception of the previous reading where there's more fire energy, but I have water, earth, and then I have an archetype here that's going to be, I feel, really important for you, Sabrina. So here we go. Alrighty. Okay, first card I pulled is Five of Water, associated with the Five of Cups. Okay, so here, I don't know who you are. This is showing a time right now, what's going on at the moment. There's some hardship that's going on. Sorry, my heart all of a sudden felt heavy when I got this card. Not because of the image, but it comes outside of it. You're finding solace right now in a spiritual direction because of something that has happened. Something of great pain, and I just feel it here for some reason. I don't know. Be gentle with yourself, okay? With what's any healing, any shifts, anything that you may be experiencing. Okay, you are where you need to be right now. And this is a time of being kind to yourself. Okay, I have to move on to the next card. Wow, that's very interesting. I haven't felt like that in a while. Sense of overwhelmingness. This card here is the Sage, obviously. And the Sage is the guide, person that will lead you. I feel the connection between here. There's going to be two guides that are going to be with you during this time. One is the guide within as you deal with all these shifts and emotions that are going on. And then once you've come to understand, it's going to be a long process. Once you've come to understand this, you'll start seeing sources coming to you, forms of guides. I think there will also be an outside influence to help you better understand. This is going to be more of someone who has gone through life's experiences and has come up on the better side. And what I mean the better side, has come to be a survivor and to share that experience with you. I feel this person's going to be like a kindred spirit. And this influence is going to really touch you. This second card relates to what's going on that we don't see, what is hidden. And this card can also open up the guides that we have here. We have the owl for intuition, for wisdom, for guidance during the night, dark times. Here is our inner instincts, following these. Combination of these two, this could also represent you. You could be your own guide. You find this light in the darkness of what's going on. You just need a little bit of light to open up that path so you could clearly see what steps you need to take. And then the card that I have to join, sorrow, despair. Could be how you're feeling about a past situation. Having that guide, finding direction from someone outside, someone who's gone through a similar experience, and listening to what they say, and in turn influencing you to see things in a better way. This is a heavy card at the moment, but through bypassing all of that, this is the card that I got in for balance in between, is Three of Earth. And this is actually one of the cards that I pulled last night for me personally. It's a card of abundance, getting ready, preparing. You're planting the seeds of the changes that you need to make to better your own self, to better your health, to better your outlook, how you feel about yourself. In turn, when you make all these changes, you start making these changes outwardly, people will see this. They like to see the change that's going on. And you'll start seeing things happening in a more lighter perspective. Things will start coming to you. But this needs to be worked through. So I'm looking at two screens here. This needs to be worked through. The Five of Water, Five of Cups, the number 5 deals with challenges, strife, discomfort, despair, and it can be very hard for people, but we get past it and we move on. And trust in this, trust on this journey that you're in. Don't question. It's hard when you're working on healing yourself and you start questioning certain aspects of your spirituality. I think you should just move along with it. And follow again your instincts, what feels right, your inner primal instincts, learning the knowledge that you're getting from this experience. Then you start gaining the abundance. But you have to start preparing. Start preparing when things start opening up for you and things start seeming to be lighter. Start preparing. Start making those changes that are needed. I want you to look at this card really carefully. And look at the nature of it. Look at the environment. It's the beginning of growth, moving in a new direction. It's not the Ace of Earth. that has already happened. Now it's just taking these steps to be the change you want the world to see, in other words. So that's how I'm feeling, Sabrina. And I'm sorry, I hope I didn't frighten you when I pulled the 5 of water. I just felt something very strong come out of that card. So I hope this provided some guidance for you. And you're on the right path. And it's going to take time. So just move with that energy and trust in yourself. Whenever you're on a spiritual journey, self-exploration, you have to trust. As soon as you start second guessing about anything, you're not fulfilling, or you're not making those steps towards self-discovery. In a sense you are, because you're questioning something and you should address it, but you can't get stuck in that realm for a long time. You have to heal it and move on to the next. So there you go, Sabrina. Thank you so much. I don't know if you're still here, but again, I hope this was of guidance for you. You're so welcome. I saw your comment here. Thank you. Okay, so just trust in yourself and you'll be fine. Okay, I'm muting now. And I'll look at the comments here.
Hi, Sweet Pie. You're next on the list. And then we're going to have Sai and Mudharaj, and then Love Flower you are after. Okay, so we will get around to you very soon. Okay, and Sweet Pie, your question is a general one, I see, and you want to know what's coming for you in love. Okay, I'll pull some cards for you. Thank you all for joining us tonight. And if you would like to subscribe, details are below. And also, if you feel that you want to leave a donation, you're under no obligation to do so. But if you would like to, our details are there as well. Okay, Sweet Pie. First, I'm pulling a card from my Inbetween Tarot deck. And it's showing the 7 to the 8 of Wands. So it's showing you as being quite defensive at the moment with regards to love, okay? I think this may have been things from the past, that have caused you to maybe just close your heart a little bit. Maybe you've been hurt in the past, some difficult things. It shows you as this person there with a broken sword in the middle, being prepared for battle, So if anybody hurts you, then you're going to tell them what you think and you're going to stand your ground. Okay, and you may have spent some time on your own as well. You're pretty strong as a result of it. You're good in your own company. You don't necessarily need to have other people around you, but also you don't take any rubbish from people. That is saying that to me from this card. Okay, and you're marching into the energy of the 8 of Swords, which I will explain. So the 8 of Swords is a situation where we can often find ourselves in life, where we're surrounded by all these thoughts, some of them good, some of them bad. But our thoughts can sometimes be our own worst enemy. Okay, so sometimes we have to step out of our thoughts and out of our head, and just experience what's going on around us. It's all that stuff about mindfulness, experiencing the present, where we are, the people around us, okay, and not getting lost in your thoughts, especially not those negative thoughts either, okay, because they can sometimes lead you down the wrong path, and it might make you feel like you need to be over defensive. Okay, so this card, sometimes it's good, nobody's going to mess you about, you'll stand your ground and everything, but it may be a barrier towards love at the moment and love in relationships. People may find you overly defensive, okay? And so they may see you as having this big barrier around you, and they can't kind of get through that. So have a think about the energy that you're projecting to people. Okay. and see whether there's anything that you can do about that, or whether you're just being protective of yourself. There is a lot of protection in this card. Just looking at what you said. Yeah, the In-Between Tarot. So this is my tarot deck. It came out in 2019, so there are 3 cards in one. So we have in this card the 7 of Swords on one side, the 8 of Swords on the other side, and the energy of this character walking through from the 7 to the 8. That's the in-between stage there. Yeah. And that's where you currently are at the moment, sweet pie. So I'm going to pull some more cards for you. Okay. I'm using my Light Seers deck now. It's a lovely, colourful deck. Lots of positive energy in this deck. We want to know more about your situation. Okay. I don't want you to be overly worried about this card. Okay. It's called the Devil. Okay. And I see that there have been some negative influences in your life in an emotional sense. Okay. So some manipulative people and some controlling people. Okay. So this character is very, very charismatic. Okay. Very appealing, but not necessarily good for us. Okay, so I can see that perhaps the people that you've been involved with romantically, possibly a bit iffy in their motives. Okay, so you need to be aware of this, you know, and that is where that protection of yours comes in. Okay, you feel like you need to protect yourself against these kind of energies. So if there is somebody around you at the moment who is like this, who can be manipulative, who can be controlling, who can be difficult, is possibly a warning sign to you to not get too involved with this person, to step back. And in that sense, you are being right by being protective, okay? Because some people are not to be troubled with, you know? These people are around, but we can choose whether we spend time with them or give our energy towards these people. They're a bit like energy vampires, okay? This devil energy. They will take positive energy and suck it up, okay? So if you have an inkling who this is at the moment, I would say to step back from this person. Yeah, they can be a little bit damaging. Okay. I'm pulling a few more cards. So this is my Spanish oracle deck. It's called, I have to keep referring to the title, the Oráculo del Eros, the Oracle of Love in Spanish. It's only a small deck, but it's got some nice cards in it. It's got lovely light energy. I pulled this one before, and this one is also for you, okay? So it sees you sitting there and just watching everything that's going on around you. It's a bit like a chessboard, okay? So you're very good with people watching and with relationships and making connections, okay? So you're very well aware of what's going on around you at the moment, and you're just kind of stepping back and having a look at these energies and how they interact and everything. So I don't think that anybody's going to mess you about, because I think you've got a lot of protection around you and you're quite savvy, you know, you're wise, you know what's coming your way and you know how to best look after yourself, okay, which is a very good, because that devil energy is not going to come anywhere near you. I'm going to pull you a card from my Universal Love deck. Oh, thank you, Amy. That's very nice of you. Thanks, Space Tiger. Sweet pie, your final card is birth. Okay. It's not about a physical birth, okay? So it's an angel, but to me it looks like a phoenix, okay? And it's like the phoenix rising, a new side of you is coming out at the moment. So it may feel frustrating, you know, because you're not getting the love relationship that you truly deserve, okay? I think there have been some awkward people around you and you've had to put this protective barrier for a good reason. But it says that while all this has been happening, you are developing a stronger sense of yourself. Okay, you're growing, okay, which is the birth aspect. Birthing of a new you, a new cycle, a new start. We are not the same people that we were 10 years ago. We're constantly changing. And this is a big dramatic shift for you. So whereas you might not have that relationship that you want at the moment, there are a lot more good things going on for you underneath the surface, okay? You're becoming very strong, very, very more positive, okay? You're growing. I hope those cards are okay for you. Drop me a comment in the box, and of course you can always ask another question if you want to hang around, because we're going to be on for a while longer. Yeah, and I'm gonna mute now for Amy. And Amy, I think Sai is your next reading. Okay.
Sorry, it takes a moment to go from one screen to the next and to mute and unmute. All right. All right, Sai, thank you for joining. Okay, you have a question. Oh, I just had it here. Give me one moment. Want to know if you will find a new relationship. And if you do find it, oh, let's see. Okay. You want to know how long it will take to find a new relationship. And if you are going to find a new relationship. Okay, I can word that easily. Okay, sorry for the momentary pause. It's interesting. My energy today for reading is quite different. Not in a bad way. It just seems to be really more intense. So I'm having to be careful with how I read and use the energy today. Okay. Okay. So I have a major guidance card here for my first card, and my other two cards are water influence. And again, water deals with the emotions, so it looks good. So Sai, first card I pulled, I definitely need another monitor. I don't have enough space here. Okay, so the first card I pulled here, this is from the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, is choice. And this is actually the first card that's in this deck. And choice is just that. All right. Now, your question is, are you going to find a new relationship? And if so, when is it going to happen? Okay, as I mentioned, I don't do predictive readings, but I can give you guidance in the direction of how the energy is moving for a potential relationship. So this card here is actually throwing the question back to you. It's asking, when you're looking for a relationship, what are you looking for? What are you looking for in the relationship? What do you want out of it? I think when it comes to relationships, a lot of us, we're looking just for having that companionship, someone to have the company, someone to share love and emotions, exchange of feelings and stuff. But what I'm feeling here is this card of guidance is asking you, what specifically are you looking for in a relationship? And ask yourself that. Excuse me. Ask yourself that. What are you looking? What do you want? What do you want for your own needs? And what do you want for the other person? What do you want to get from that person? And so, another thing too is I really feel once you have that direction, if you really feel you are ready for a relationship and you know what you want, you start manifesting it. But you have to be clear what you want. And by knowing what you want, if you want someone who's successful, if you want someone who is loving, if you want someone who already has a child, or if you want someone who's older or younger, you start visualizing it. And you start putting that energy into that visualization. And it will slowly start coming to you. But you have to make these choices. What's the priority? What is of most importance for you in a relationship? Do you want long-term? Do you want to have a fling? All that needs to be taken into consideration. Okay. And that's something that you need to think about right now before putting it out. This card I love, Eight of Water. I love it just because of the energy that's being expressed. We're seeing an alignment of all the chakras all the way up to the crown chakra. We see the energy of the moon again. The moon here, full, relates to being fully aligned with our feelings and emotions. So remember what I had just mentioned about what are the choices. Once you know exactly what you want to fulfill within yourself and to share it with someone else, start finding the alignment. Start putting those emotions, those feelings, put them in a direction and start creating balance. We all have chakra points, we all have chakra energy levels, and they all get heightened. Some of them get weakened due to different circumstances. And so there are times that these alignments these chakras need to be worked on. They need to be put in alignment. You can't put them all in alignment at once. You got to work out one and then work yourself either up or down, depending on which chakra is weakened. So, but here, I like this card in the sense that the energy that it's sending out to me is showing that you are an open-hearted, kind person and that you mean well. You just, you don't want to hurt anybody. You don't want to cause any anguish or anything like that. This is someone who is just spiritually really, really happy where you are. And you would ideally like to share this energy with someone like-minded who has that kind of expression. And spiritually, to find a spiritual mate, soulmate, and it doesn't have to be like an intimate relationship. It could be just that, your partner, someone that you can just share this connection with. The meeting of the minds and the heart. Send that energy out. Okay, so again, with these choices, is this where you're feeling? Is this where you're feeling the most from for wanting in a relationship? That's something to really think about. But I feel this is you so strongly, and how you want to send and how you send energy out to people. And if it isn't you, but I feel that it is you, and if it isn't you, but you want to get to this, you can. But I feel you're already there. This is a really bright card, and I like this. So the connection in between the choice card And the Eight of Water. I'm sorry, I go back. When a card stands out for me, I just have to bring it back and just have the person who's asking just to really focus on this card and look at the energy that's coming from it. It's just a wonderful energy, and just send that out. I think you already know. So the card that connects between these two realms is the Nine of Water. So it's the card following this one. And as you see, it's a woman or female energy. I feel you will find, we all will find a soulmate. But with this reading here, I'm feeling with this card, this is someone who is just spiritually so at peace with themselves. They're very kind to themselves, they're kind to others. And they truly are connected to their feelings, but more intuitive. This reading is leading more spiritually for me in a relationship. And someone who feels so much wholeness of who they are. And it becomes heightened when they find someone who has a similar interest and similar energy. This card is bright energy. This one here. This card is more of awareness and almost emotional grounding. You can see people who are they're naturally very calm. They have a calm disposition. And if you look closely, you can't really see it here. We have her heart, and her heart's is a light. And also we have the third eye. So the influence I feel here is someone who is going to be more at a spiritual level with you and has a very strong, intuitive, almost psychic energy to them. And this will be beneficial for you. So that's how I feel with this sigh. A very interesting reading, but first you have to ask yourself, what are the priorities? What are you looking for in that mate? And you focus on that, and then you put it out there. And again, this energy is very nice. It's wonderful. I'm looking at your comments here. Love and everything. Love and everything, it's part of the package. But the way that you find this relationship is, you know what you want. You have to put it out there. But don't do it so forcibly. I'm not saying that you're forcing this. Just be natural with it. Just have that awareness. Let's say you're talking to someone, something's clicking. That energy is going to be transferred over to the person that you're speaking with, male or female, masculine, feminine energy. And the person that will be most responsive will be someone who will listen to you, but has the heart and has that unconditional love, like you mentioned. But it's going to be very spiritual, I feel. And this is going to be something very, very influential for you. So don't say, I want this, I want this, I want this. Really, really be honest with yourself to what is most important. And you will be surprised what comes into your path as you're traveling, as you're going through life. What comes to you, because you know, sometimes you meet people that you don't even expect. They can be the complete opposite of what you're looking for until you get to know them. And then you're like, wow, this person? Usually the physical part drops and you get so enamored with their heart and their spirit and whatnot. And that's what you fall in love with. So I think you're going to be fine. But again, this card, bring this out and people will come to you that connect to this. So you're going to be fine. Again, with a lot of relationships, you've got to just have that confidence and trust in yourself. And when you do, you'll find that person that will come to you that will feel what they need from you. It's wonderful when it happens. So you're welcome, Sai. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, let me unmute. Let me push the screen over. And I'm sorry, Janine, I'm not looking at our side messages just yet. I'm just so enthralled with this. So I'll take a look and
That's fine. I didn't expect you to. That's all right.
Okay, I'm going to mute now.
Okay. So I'm going to do a card reading for Love Flower. Okay. And I'll do this one a little bit differently. So you wanted to know what Lamaya thinks about Sifat, and there's a no contact situation. Okay, so we'll look into that a bit more. Okay, so I've pulled two different cards. One for how Lamaya thinks of Sifat, and one for how vice versa Sifat thinks of Lamaya. Okay. So the card for Lamaya, who is at the moment in a difficult situation. Okay, so she's trying to find some kind of balance. Okay. And some kind of a healing period. Okay, after having gone through such intense energy with that devil at top, which is a very controlling, manipulative energy. So it's saying in this card that there is a lack of balance in the relationship, okay? And it's hinting that the relationship should be all about growth, but there was a lot of imbalance between the two people within this relationship, and there was a bit of a clash of personalities as well. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. That's very nice. I just read that in the stream. So it's a difficult one when this card comes up, okay? Because there is the temptation to keep going back to something that doesn't appear to be working. Okay, we can turn these things around. Okay, it's not always necessary to be in this dark situation, which is how it purports there. Okay, there's a lot of fire there. There's a lot of anger. There's possibly some jealousy in there as well. It's a difficult one. Okay, and you find with this one that you can go round and round in circles and be stuck in that same situation. So this is how Lamaya was feeling, okay? And I don't know how the balance worked between the two people, you know. It could have been that it was just a bad time and that you tried to get through it the best you could. How you feeling at the moment? And I'm not too sure whether you are Lamaya or Sifat. I'm not sure, or whether you're asking it in the third person. So I don't know. Okay, so this is how Sifat views the situation. Okay, with Lamaya. Now look at this, we've got a lot more brighter colours. Okay, so this is a very emotional perspective. Okay, the Seven of Cups energy is feeling a bit all over the place, and possibly because of this situation. Okay, so it's possibly knocked this person for 6. But they're focusing on, Sifat is focusing on the flower, okay, the reconciliation, the positivity in the flower, okay, but also you're feeling that possibly if things get tougher, that it might just be time to walk away as well, which is when you get to the 8 of Cups, okay. So it's like you're giving it, Sifat's giving it one more chance, you know, that hope of reconciliation. Okay, sorry, I've just seen that you clarified that for me now. Okay, you're Sifat. Sifat, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, and she is Lamaya. Okay, so I see you like extending that olive branch at the moment, you know, wanting that reconciliation and to try and make things work. I do think that you are trying to work positively to make things work. But you're under no illusion, you know, that if it gets back into this state again, okay, that battle situation, that difficult situation, that you may need to walk away, okay? But I do think that there's a lot of blue healing energy in this card, okay, that you are going to give it another go, okay, for better or for worse. Okay, I'm going to pull some more cards, because those are individual perspectives. In that card that I initially pulled, the dark card as well, there are cups on the floor that have been knocked over as well. So like all the loving feelings, the kind words, you know, have got lost along the way. So I think you might have been like just feeling really hurt, both of you, okay? I've got the card of looking after each other, of helping each other, okay? I think there's other stuff going on in your situation as well, and I think aside from love, you know, you can be friends with each other at the moment and kind of help each other, which is what the 6 of Cups is, you know. The loyalty's there, you know, and you can extend that friendship, you know, even though there have been hurt feelings and difficult times. Okay, so maybe keep things light at the moment, and just be there for that other person, you know, talk to her, ask her how she's getting on, you know. I understand that there's no contact. There may be a different way around that. Maybe you could write a letter. Okay, maybe it's possible to type an email, but keep things light is what this card is saying, okay? Right, it was a difficult situation, okay? So if you are going to try and make repairs, okay, then you need to kind of keep things light. I'm going to pull another couple of cards for you. Yeah, provocation. Okay, this card is called provocation. And it's saying that it's a difficult situation. Okay, so don't inflame an already difficult situation. Think very carefully about what you're going to say. Don't make reference to any things that have happened to do with arguments or things like that. Try and keep things very, very low key, low level. And again, going back to that friendship, okay. Is there anything that you can assist each other with at the moment? Can you be of help to Lamaya? Okay, and if she sees you being of like practical assistance and friendship, you know, she may be more willing to get back in contact. And I'm going to pull a final card from my universal love deck. And this is a card for you. It's called Earth Connection, okay? And it sees the body being recreated in the form of a tree, which is all about balance and growth, which is what you really need at the moment. That balance, that stability, you know, in order to kind of feel positive, to feel optimistic again. So it's saying to you that the things that have happened, you know, whether they have been bad or good, you know, look at them as in growth experiences, okay? And see that you've actually learned a lot about yourself and a lot about the other person and a lot about who you are in a relationship. And try and put any negatives down as like a learning experience, you know. Try and spin the positives from the negatives. Yeah, we're all on this growing, growth spiritual journey, and not everybody is supposed to be in a relationship. At the time that they're in a relationship, it may be that you could be stronger later on. It might just not be the right time at the moment. It is really saying to me very strongly that there is a friendship there above everything else, and to kind of look at rebuilding that and making that connection, but as a friendship, as a first step. Okay, and then see where you can go from there. Okay. I would say if you are going to make that call, like I said, keep things very light. How are you? How have you been? Is there anything I can help you with? But don't make any reference to anything that has happened that has been negative, because that will inflame an already difficult situation, which is what that other card said there about provocation. Okay. So but yeah, keep it light, okay, and focus on the friendship above everything else. I hope that helps. Okay, so yeah, thank you for joining us tonight, and for the new people who've come on the chat. Our details are down in the description. Feel free to subscribe to myself and the Mystic Rose. Donations are optional, so it's completely up to you, and our details are also in the description. And I think you are very welcome. I hope that helps, and the best of wishes to you and to both of you as well. I hope you can sort things out. Amy, I think it's Kavita for the next question. Okay.
So Janine, she makes reference to the soulmate card, because we've already done a few readings. Which soulmate card, or is this something that I should just inquire on my own, or should I focus? I don't know if this question should be directed to you or to Kavita.
I think you took. No, I took Kavita's card.
Did, yeah, and I did Sabrina. Let's see.
Because I'm not taking a picture of my cards.
Well, I was gonna say, Kavita, if you're still with us, can you tell us which soulmate card it was, if you remember?
Yeah, sorry, Kavita, because we've done quite a few readings now, and I can't remember the cards that I've pulled.
And if you don't remember, I'll just work with it, you know, because obviously there was a card that stood out for you, and at least I can answer the second part of the question: is this someone that you know, or if it's someone new?
I don't want to guess at this because I know that there was a lady that we pulled the lovers for with that Gemini connection.
Correct. That was before her, I think.
What was, sorry?
Was the Gemini, the reading that you did for the woman who had the Gemini influence, that was before Kavita, correct?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
let's see, that was, okay, well, let's see here.
Is Kavita still there?
She she hasn't responded. You just do a one card pull.
Yeah, why not? I don't think she's there anymore.
Yeah.
I could be wrong though. So Kavita, if you're there, do you just want to put a comment in the box?
Yeah. Or if not, you can just look back. We're talking, you may not even be here, but you can always replay this. 2 hours.
I'll mute then, Amy.
Okay.
Thank you.
All righty. There we go, Kavita. Do you know which deck it was from? Was it your deck? Oh, Lady and Man in the Water. Okay.
Lady and a Man in the Water.
Okay. Thank you, Kavita. I'll wait for you to pull the card up.
Was it this one? Was the one about the protective?
She says it's a lady and man in water,
Okay.
but lovers.
This is gonna.
You only got 4 decks.
I'll think. Oh, why did I not realize it was that one? I need to write the cards I'm pulling down as I go along. That's another step for us, right? Really organized then, right?
Or I can work with that description too, because that's enough for me to work with. Do you want me to do that instead of?
I'll tell you what, yeah. And if I find my card, I will hold it up, but I'll be on mute. Okay.
Okay. You want to do Ava last? Okay. All right. So Kavita, you heard what Janine said, so I'm going to work with the description, and that's totally fine. Okay, let me. Okay, so you want to know if this is someone that you know or if it's someone new.
Amy.
In the water. I don't know. Just hold it. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. Okay, so Kavita, this is going to just be a quick poll because it's sort of like, is it someone I know, or if it's someone new? Okay, I follow. I follow. My heart. Okay. Okay, this is going to be a different read. I can't do one card with what I pulled up. First card I pulled was emotions. So this person is in your heart. And here, just to kind of give an explanation with this, the emotions is the balancing of light energy and dark energy. And I'm sorry, I have a version of this deck. It's smaller and it's matte. And I guess I should have used it, but I thought it was going to be too small, but the detail here is just really nice. So here, I feel the person is in your heart and they're there is that balance of the knowing and not knowing. You know, like here, it's like, what's really going on? What's the situation? And the answer is right here, right in front of you. The card that I pulled after that, this person has feelings. The emotions are there. And the card that I pulled here is the Hero. Okay, let me explain this. This is with the element of fire. And I feel that this is someone that you do know. And it's someone who is a very strong figure, someone who thinks about other people first and puts themselves last, if you will. Their concern is making sure that other people are well fed, emotionally, their needs are met. And it's someone who doesn't mind doing this. And the hero, in the sense, isn't like, I want to do this so I could get recognized for doing all these good things. This is someone who really is honest. So I feel the energy with both of these cards here is leaning towards someone who has a good heart and means well and emotionally knows how to work with people. I mean, it's a fire card, so fire is doing action, is making whatever changes that are needed, and doesn't mind doing so. So I want you to look at both of these cards here. They both serve dynamic purposes. This is not knowing what's going on emotionally, and this is almost like your guardian light angel, that the person is there for you. And we see here the symbol of the pentacle for balance, earth, for all the elements, spirit on top. And then we have the heart. And we have the dragon for strong energy. And then we have the hero with a lot of movement, a lot of energy, but for the well-being of those who are important in that person's life. So Kavita, I feel this is someone that you know already and has a very strong influence. Romantically, I don't recall what Janine was saying, but romantically, I don't feel that connection. I feel it's like a very good friend. It's someone that you can trust, and someone who will be there for you. This is someone who's very supportive. So that's what I pick up, and that's what I feel with these two cards. Very kind-hearted, but very strong. Doesn't mind helping people. Also, you don't want to take advantage of that energy either. That person's there to be of help and to make light into a situation if this person feels it isn't necessary to step in to help. So recognize that, but don't take advantage of it. So that's how I feel with this, Kavita. Okay, I'm going to mute.
Hi. I'm going to be doing a question for Ava Lebedinsky. Okay, and you're asking, are there any messages from your higher self that you need to hear? And just to let you know, Mythical Sag, yes, no problem, we can fit you in. I think you will probably be our last reading for the night. Yeah, so you will be after, you'll be the next person after Ava. Okay, Ava, I'm gonna pull you some cards. Any messages from your higher self you need to hear? Okay. Oh, lovely. Okay, so the cards I've used are the In-Between Tarot, so they're 3 cards in one. So we've got the Emperor and the Hierophant and the In-Between space here, and I will explain this. So the Emperor energy is what you've been working with in the past, okay? That Aries energy, that fire, that drive, that creative spark. Okay, so Aries is very dynamic, okay? So the person who always wants to be out fun, doing fun things, doing crazy things. They're like the starters of the zodiacs. They like to start new things. Okay, and what your higher self is saying to you right now is they want you to move onto that energy of Taurus. Okay, the energy of Taurus, again, very strong like Aries, but a lot more stable and very, very grounded energy. So Taurus are able to see things through to the end. Okay, they are the long distance runners of the zodiac. Aries are the sprinters. Okay, but you have in terms of spiritual at the moment, spiritual messages with this. Spirit is telling you to pull on that energy of Taurus and be grounded, get in touch with the earth, with the ground, with your stability. Okay, it is focusing on spiritual growth at the moment. So yeah, there's a lot of fire energy that you've been working with. Okay, and now they want you to just kind of move into that Taurus flow. Okay, find your strength, find your stability. Okay, get out into nature as well with this card as well. Go outside, feel the growth, feel the ground beneath your feet. Okay, get in touch with that grounded energy. Okay, mindfulness also comes up with this Taurus energy as well. Feel the present moment and everything that's going on around you. Okay, so a lot of the time we're up in our heads thinking about what we're going to do next, the future, what we used to do, the past, but it's very hard to actually stay focused and maintain that present moment. Okay, that's what Spirit's telling you at the moment. I'm going to use my other decks as well, so I'm looking at what you said. Yes, you do need stability. Okay. Oh. All right, 6 of Swords. Okay, so Ava, this 6 of Swords card, okay. So we see you in a boat, okay, being pulled along by dark birds, okay. The birds represent anxiety, thoughts, okay. You're being led by your thoughts, basically, on an emotional journey, okay. So it's saying that what you're going through at the moment is a result of, it could be fiery nature, you know, but it's as a result of needing to find that stability. Okay, so it's trying to move you to calmer waters. Okay, well, that's showing your passionate nature. You've got the red shawl there in the boat. But the waters are very rocky. Okay, so it's saying to try and find that emotional balance. You need that stability in your life. Is my hat magical? It is. It's truly magical. It's been to so many festivals with me. It's a very magical hat. Okay. Look at this one. Ava. It's a light deck, this, okay? So it's very tongue-in-cheek. It shows a woman being chased by a bull. I see this is you being chased by that Taurus energy. It's saying, stop, calm down. Okay, stop running. Just be. Yeah. And the card is called fear. Okay, fear of the unknown. Fear of what will happen if you stop to reflect and look around you. Okay, so while you're looking off into the future, you're looking off into the past, okay, you're not present. So Spirit's telling you to be present and to stop. Okay, just stop the movement. Okay, meditation, really, really fantastic. I could not suggest it high enough, but as an Aries myself, I find it difficult to find the time to meditate, ironically enough. But meditation is very, very important to kind of bring yourself back and focus on what's going on with you and what's focusing on what's going on with you spiritually. Okay. One more card for you, Ava, before I let you go. Those messages are all very, they all tie in together. All right, okay. Yeah. I know that feeling. To keep busy to avoid thinking about things. Right. And finally for you, yeah, reflection. Okay, so you need to be doing that reflective activity, maybe that meditation, maybe some mindfulness, okay? But just to stop, okay? Take a step back. Okay, and you can see there's 4 of you, okay? The 4 different aspects of you, the past, the present, the future. And it's saying to look inside yourself. We've got this big ball of energy. I'm thinking about your chakras, if you've got an interest in Reiki, the energy within you needs to be realigned. Okay. And to get that, I'm just reading what you're saying. Yeah, to realign that energy, okay, and to look within yourself. Okay, so you need to take that step back. Refocus. I hope that's okay for you. I think they are quite clear, those cards. Nice messages from Spirit as well. Yeah. If you've enjoyed our readings, if you would like to subscribe to us both, our details are down in the description. We've been doing tarot pulls for donations tonight, but they're not obligatory. It's just if you would like to leave us a tip. The details are down there in the descriptions. And me and the Mystic Rose will hopefully be doing more of these. I've really enjoyed it. It's been good, and we've tried different mediums, and I think this one has worked quite well tonight. So yeah, thank you all for joining us and coming on. And you are very welcome. And yeah, we'd like to see you again. We'll be putting details up of our next tarot reading very soon. Yeah, thank you very much. And I'll just let Amy have a few words before we go, because I think we're going to tie up. Those were our last readings for the night. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Janine Kavita, I think I know which card. Did you see what she wrote? She says, the card was a woman in the arms of a man and they are in a river. Isn't that from your deck? That couple.
I have to find it now. I have to find it.
Oh, Mythical Sag, hold on one moment, because this is, as readers, we got to know what this is. This was a card that that was pulled in a reading earlier today for a question, and we're trying to figure out who it is. Yes, happy Valentine's Day.
It's been nice, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe, Amy, we could pull a card for each other as well. What do you think before we go? We don't have to.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up that way. But
Yeah.
is there a way you can see if
Yeah,
we're still, oh, it's not in order, of course, because you mixed it up. Okay.
I'm looking.
No, Kavita, it's totally fine. It's just
Gosh.
this is how we're working right now. It's like, what card is it? We should let it go, but okay.
It's not the one in my deck that I was thinking of, because I
Really?
didn't pull that card, so it can only be from the light seers, because it wouldn't be in the. No,
Which one?
it's got to be the Spanish one with the two people in the embrace.
Yeah, because she said,
Is it this one?
are they in the water?
There is water behind. It looks like they're in water, but I do remember pulling that card.
And the card is embrace. Or what is it? Abrazo. Yeah, embrace.
Embrace, Kavita. Don't keep us in suspense. Your
Leave
card.
leave that card up. I'll go ahead and start working on Mythical Sages reading. That's probably it. I just took it to another level because I didn't see the card.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, she doesn't think it is. Oh, Kavita.
I forgot you've got one final one, Amy. I was tying things up and you've got one final one. Sorry.
She said it's a very passionate card.
I'm going to find it.
Go ahead and mute and I'll work on Mythical Sages reading. Okay. All right, Mythical Sag. Let me go back so I can. Let's see here. Oh. Okay. So you want to know, Mythical Sag, how your significant other is. I will make sure how he or she is thinking about you. Can you please clarify that for me before I start pulling a card or two or three? Just verify with me the question since Mythical Sag, let me know. So how he feels about you. Is that correct? I don't want to continue until I get clarity on it, because if I go into a reading, it's not going to be a clear result. So I'm sorry, we've already had a few comments, so I can't find it. Okay, how he feels about you. Okay, Mythical Sag. How does your significant other feel about you? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to pull 3 cards. Okay, so Mythical Sag, the deck that I'm working with today has a lot of elemental influence. So cards that I pulled out of the three, I have two cards that are fire energy. And the card in between is the card, the energy that's needed to further answer or direct the question. So I have I'm feeling like this is a somewhat recent relationship. And the card that I pulled here, okay, so this is Ace of Fire. Okay, so aces, this is one. Aces represent new energy, a new start. There's a lot of excitement I feel that I feel is in this relationship. Very nice. It's new. It's like when you meet that new person and it's those first few weeks, it kind of feels like that honeymoon phase. There's a lot of excitement that's in this relationship. And I feel it's somewhat new. And here I have the Four of Fire. Lots of movement. I feel this person truly feels for you, wants to do things with you. Here with the Four of Fire, direction, focus, really knows what they want from this relationship. And I'll go back and wrap this up because I'm doing this a little quick here. What's interesting here is the card in between is the Three of Air. Okay, I'll move this closely. I'm sorry again for the sheen. I don't know if this represents an energy of someone who is sort of being not cautious, but really analyzing the situation. I don't know if this could be you. Because I almost feel like this person is stepping outside of this situation. I'm leaning that this could be you, just your energy, that you're sort of looking and sort of seeing what's going on with this person. And you're kind of analyzing him. That's the word that comes up to, and see what he's going to do next, what he's going to be, what he's going to be sharing with you. I feel like you're putting this energy involves a lot of thought. There's not so much motion, but you're really looking at things, looking how this relationship is going to manifest and how it's going to grow. Well, he's ready. This person has all this energy. He's really excited and whatnot. If you are looking at this situation, this relationship in this way, analytical, try not to do that if you can. I feel this is going to hold back the feelings, the natural movement of this relationship. Let the energy go. Let the energy move freely from what I'm seeing with these other cards. And and try not to put so much thought into what's going on in this situation. I'm trying to be careful how I say this. In a way, don't ask too much of him. Let him freely express himself. Because I feel if you ask too much, in this relationship, it's going to cause an issue. And too much thought, too much thinking, too much mental direction will probably kill this energy, which I feel right now is so good, and it's needed. It feels really exciting. So that's what I'm picking up here. This is the card in between. This is almost the card that's resting between these two energies. Okay, you need air to fuel fire. Oops, sorry. You need air to fuel fire. And give that space that's needed. Don't put too much into it. Don't put too much control. Relationships need to be two-way for the most part. But there will be some give and take. But for the most part, kind of step back a little bit. And I don't know if, I'm guessing you could be Sag because you have mythical Sag. And if you're strong fire sign, this can work well, but I'm feeling with this card here, with the Three of Air, that there is too much looking into the situation. And air involves thought, intellect, and how we share that and how we express it in certain situations. So kind of let it go. Don't ask too much. And try to create that balance in between. And I think it'll be fine. Right now, the energy feels good. So I feel with this card, with the Three of Air, just if there is that analytical or just like, let's see what he's going to do next, don't do that. Kind of let it run naturally. And then let the energy move freely. Fire needs space. If you consume it with too much air, if you close it, if you suffocate it, this will become a problem and there'll be conflict in between. He's fire too. I think he's more fire. He's definitely more fire. He has that excitement. So with you being Sag and him being fire, it's creating that balance. Okay. And double fire is, you have to kind of, someone's going to have to lead for a little bit and give a little bit of give and take. And then if the roles get reversed, it's creating that understanding, and also good communication. Okay. But don't be pointing the finger and say, why didn't you do this or whatnot? Let it go. Aries. Yes. I know Aries very well. So, Aries, you definitely have to give them space. You do not want to get in the way of Aries. So yes, I went a little bit more in a different direction with your question, but I do feel the energy is good. It's strong. I think when you have two fiery soulmates, that energy is almost complementary. It's just creating that balance and not letting it get too much, and also not letting it get too low, because then that's not going to go anywhere as well. It becomes not stagnant. It's fiery energy that's not moving into a better direction, like it's not growing, it's not enhancing the situation. So that's why I feel very beautiful energy. This one is the clincher, directed, knows exactly what they want. You're welcome, Mythical Sag. Thank you so much. Appreciate your patience. Okay. I am done. Are there any last thoughts that anyone has? We're done with readings because we went 2.5 hours almost. And so if anyone wants to ask anything of us, feel free to do so. If not, I'm going to put myself on mute and let Janine have any final thoughts, words, and then I think we're going to wrap it up.
Yeah, I think rather than us pulling another card for each of Amy,
Oh, yes.
we
Thank you.
got one final person joining, Shamila. So I'm going to pull one card for you, Shamila. I can't do a full one because we're tying up. We have been on for some hours now. So, but I will pull a card for you before we go. That's not a problem. And yeah, just to say thank you to everybody for joining us tonight. It's been really enjoyable. Happy Valentine's Day to you all. We're looking for your card, Kavita. I knew it was that card. It was the Lover's card. Yeah, but like you said, there was a time lapse, so we got cross wires with which card it was. It's a really special card, that, by the way. It is a very powerful one. If you want to get that deck as well, so you said, I think that you were a bit averse to getting the light seers. I took it as that way. It's a beautiful deck. Light seers is a beautiful, amazing deck. Lots of energy in that one. Shamila, if you are still there, I'm just pulling a card for you now. And you have the card of the Emperor, okay, which is a card of confidence and power, personal power as well, and control of your situation at the moment. The Emperor is an Aries energy, okay, so it's telling you that whatever you do at the moment, to just go for it, be very directive, yeah. Don't hang around. Aries doesn't hang around. Go for whatever you want, whether it be a love question, or whether it be work, whether it be something personal. Just put everything into it. Put all your heart into it, and it will go very well for you. Very positive, nice energy with this one. Okay. Hello, Heat Journey. We're just tying up now, unfortunately, but next time we will be on again. We will put out a notice ahead of our live and give out the link, so you'll be able to join us. And feel free to subscribe to us both as well. And thank you so much to you all for joining us on our journey tonight. We're going to tie up with that. Take care, everybody, and I hope to see you all very soon. Bye.